Hey guys, Mike Risk here. September 17th, 6:30. Do not miss Fuel for Function Nutrition Program. This program is going to absolutely rock our culture. There's going to be a revolution here looking for real food and real results when it comes to diet and exercise. You know, I've been participating in this program now for about 4 months and I feel amazing. I couldn't tell you, I've never done anything like this. And my whole perspective on how I perceive diet and exercise has completely changed. Let me share it with you. This is going to be especially helpful if you missed the open house that we had a few weeks ago. All right, so we'll bring you up to speed and then we need to get you involved. When we think about diet and exercise, we're told and commonly accept the fact that we need to burn more and eat less. And that's the key to weight loss and health and vitality and all those other things. But the question I have is, if that works so well, why do we have over 1 million diets to date? Why hasn't anybody taken a big step back and just looked at the big picture of what's going on here? And when we think about diet and exercise, what we're really thinking about is energy, okay? Energy is kind of the premise of this program and helping your body to create energy efficiently. So diet and exercise says if you reduce your fuel supply, keep your fuel supply low, and at the same time, increase your energy demand, your energy expenditure as high as possible, and somehow this will equate to health, okay? Now, if you look here, this scale is way off balance, all right? Now, if I put a quarter tank of gas in your car and ask you to drive across the country, well, you better bring your cell phone because you will definitely break down. You're going to need somebody to bail you out. But the body works a little differently. So let me ask you this question. When the demand for energy exceeds the supply of energy that you have available in your body, how do you think your body feels at that time? It's going to feel stressed, okay? Now, when we go into these stress states, and stress is defined by the demand for energy being greater than the supply of energy available to us. That's going to put us into stress, and there's many ways that we can actually get into stress states because there's many types of stress that we encounter on a daily basis. We have physical stresses, which are movement related. We have biological stresses, which is our body functioning. And we also have our emotional stresses, which is worry and joy and all the other feelings that we have each and every day. And everything, every feeling that we have, every move that we make, every organic process taking place in our body requires energy. And if we don't have it, the body goes into stress state. Now, the reason why it does this is because we're designed to survive. Okay, if our body just literally shut down and stopped working when we didn't have enough fuel supply, we'd all be dead, especially if we're on the diet and exercise train. Now, when we go into a stress state, our body releases a slew of hormones. Two of the big ones are going to be adrenaline and cortisol. Now, adrenaline is basically going to utilize fat as energy once the available glucose has all been burned up. Now that sounds cool. Wow, my body's going to metabolize fat. Yeah, but when your body has to metabolize fat for energy, it does it at the expense of pulling 3 times the amount of oxygen from your bloodstream. Now, how do you think that's going to make you feel? Energy is going to be way down. So there you are. There's your midday riff. There's that grab for the cup of coffee midday. There's kind of the trip over to the snack machine to get something to just kind of pull you through the day because you're just in a daze. So really that's your body just saying, hey, we are not making energy efficiently at this time. Now, in addition to adrenaline, we have cortisol. Now, cortisol is another hormone that will help our body, give our body the energy that we need, but it's going to do it at the expense of catabolizing lean muscle tissue. Now, our body, really what that means is that our body's going to eat itself. It's going to use itself as a fuel supply. Now, if you know anything about physiology, our lean muscle tissue is directly proportionate to our metabolism, our metabolic rate. So, you can now imagine why you might go on a diet like a Weight Watchers, and I'm not picking on Weight Watchers, there's a lot of them out there, but a diet that focuses on reducing the calories to reduce weight. People will often say, man, that diet worked great the first time. And the reason it worked well the first time is your metabolism was here. Now let's just say, for instance, someone's burning 1,500 calories a day. Now, their strategy was to reduce body weight, and the way they were going to do it was to reduce their fuel supply. Okay? So they reduce fuel supply, the metabolism will drop to conserve energy. We're going to reduce fuel supply some more, metabolism is going to continue to drop, but now we reach our goal weight. We reached the goal. We had the mental fortitude and the willpower to starve ourselves through dieting, just to find a creative way to really literally starve ourselves, and we got to the goal weight. Now, what happens to 9 out of 10 people who lose weight like that? I guarantee you've got a friend or you know somebody who lost all the weight, put it all back, and then some. And the reason for that is because the efforts that it took to get them there couldn't keep them there, because the body can't starve forever. It needs energy. At the same time, now this person has kind of maybe went through a year of depressed and they're so upset that they put the weight back on, and now all of a sudden they muster up the courage to go through the whole process again. Now let's just use the Weight Watchers example. Let's say they go and reduce the calories now, and now they're back to X number of points per day because that's what got them to their goal the last time. But now they're not losing weight at that goal, at that point range anymore. And they haven't lost weight is because when they lost all that weight, the body was catabolic. It reduced lean muscle tissue in the body. So the metabolism was less. So now what you've got to do is with your metabolism lowered, you have to go and eat below that again. Energy is going to conserve, metabolism is going to drop, lower the calorie level again. And there you are. You're going to have to literally just keep starving yourself more and more to kind of repeat the process of losing the weight. And chances are likely you're not going to be able to keep it there because, again, the efforts that got you there can't keep you there. You can't starve yourself forever. You need energy to live and to move. This is not a program just about weight loss. This is about health. This is about helping your body to create energy efficiently. And I'll tell you that 90% of the foods available to us are not real food. For the diet conscious, which one are you grabbing for on the shelf? You got the Skinny Cow, and you have the Haagen-Dazs. Can't get that thing straight, okay? There we go. Now, I mean, obviously the Haagen-Dazs is where it's at, man. I mean, that's the good stuff. The Skinny Cow looks awesome. I mean, if you're trying to lose a couple pounds, you got that creative marketing there. You have the cow with the tape measure. You can see there's only 100 calories. It's got some fiber and stuff like that. But then you have the Haagen-Dazs, which is loaded with fat. Actually, it's got 17 grams of fat. And obviously, the clear choice is going to be this one, right? Okay, but when we actually go and start to look at the ingredients here, tell me if you know what this is. When you eat a Skinny Cow bar, you're going to put calcium carbonate, cream inulin, propylene glycol monostearate, microcrystalline cellulose, guar gum, monoglycerides, carabine gum, sorbitol, carrageenan. I mean, what are we eating? So when we eat these things, we are not eating food. This is not food. It's edible, but it is not food. Now, tell me if any of these ingredients sound familiar. Cream, skim milk, sugar, cocoa, and egg yolks. Okay, so those are obviously things that we can all identify with. So is Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream, if you wanted to indulge in a little bit of a treat once in a while, is that a good choice for you? Yes, because it's real. It's going to give you real energy. You ever wonder why at the end of a day with a low-fat, low-sugar kind of diet approach, why you're starving at the end of the day, why your body's craving all this fat and sugar and salt? It's because a lot of the food that you put into it is not real food, and you can't trick the body. The body says, you know, you put a lot into me throughout the day today, but you didn't really give me anything. And that's why you have people late at night will go and binge and eat X, Y, and Z. They'll just kind of clear out the cupboard. Or you get the person who kind of manages their weight, but they have this little fix. They need that chocolate, right? Our body's telling us that it needs something. Now, there's a tremendous focus on the big six here. Now, listen to this. Tell me if you know of anybody who goes to the doctors with these issues. Digestive issues, sleep quality issues, can't create energy. They're not satiated. There's always cravings. They just never feel satisfied. Mental acuity, you can't focus. There's a sharpness that's just missing. Emotional stability. How many people do you know that are depressed on anti-anxiety medications?